Once there was an old bear who was sound asleep, dreaming beautiful dreams, as bears are known to do, when suddenly he woke up for a very delicious smell. Well, you know, sometimes you wake up and you're hungry and you just gotta go look for something to eat. So that bear left its cave and went out hunting for where this delicious smell came.
That's right. Bears are opportunistic feeders. So you think they want to sleep all winter? No, they sleep all winter because there's not food. But if there's food, they're up for it.
Well, he wandered along and found the place that the beautiful smell was coming from. It happened to be from the oldest woman in the whole village. Her name was Bubba Braina. She was 97 years old. She could hardly see anymore, and she certainly couldn't hear very well, but she was still the best cook in the whole village.
That's right. She had the finest latkes anyone had ever eaten. Oh, crispy on the outside, pillow fluffy in the middle. She was the best.
Now, people in the village were always trying to hope that maybe they would be invited to Bubba's house for Hanukkah.
People tried to steal the recipe, but no one ever could.
And this year, it was kind of a coup. The rabbi and many other guests accepted her invitation to come for the first night of Hanukkah. Now, she cooked and cleaned and had everything all ready. She made those beautiful potato latkes, kind of like hash browns in golden oil. They were so good. And she was all ready, and she was feeling a little bit like, can't wait for the rabbi to arrive, when suddenly, even a little bit early, she heard, well, a knocking or a scratching on the door. She found her way to the door and said, well, Rabbi, happy Hanukkah. You're kind of early, but come in. And do you want to take off your fur coat? Well, you know, some people prefer to leave their coat on, so why don't you go ahead? Why don't you come in? I'm so honored to have you here. Very first thing, well, I was just getting ready to light the candles on the menorah. Would you, well, as I light them, would you give a little blessing? Oh, that was so moving. That was one of the most beautiful blessings that I've ever heard. Well, I don't know, do we have enough time to maybe play a little game of dreidel? That we could spin the little dreidels and made out of clay and get some Hanukkah? Okay, maybe not. Maybe you're not in the mood. I guess you, well, I hear your stomach kind of rumbling. Are you ready for some of my potato latkes? Oh, well then, I mean, how can one have time to play if you're so hungry? So here you are. Here we go. It was. Does it really work? It does work. Okay, so I have one more play. Perhaps you'd like a couple more? Okay. Wow, well, I do like a man with a good appetite. That's... Oh my goodness. Well, you're wandering, perhaps you're already tired and getting ready to go home. You know, I made a little present for you. I knit you a nice scarf out of red yarn. Here you go. Oh, look at how nice that looks for you. It looks so beautiful. And then that rabbi just walked right out the door. Well, wow, that was the quickest Hanukkah gathering that she had ever hosted before, but it was quite satisfying. I don't know what happened to the rest of the people, but she had only sat for 5 minutes when she heard another knock on the door. This time it was definitely a knock. She said, I wonder who could be coming now, and Gwenna said, well, hello, good evening, happy Hanukkah.
So glad to be invited to your house. Oh, we love your latkes. Thank you so much for inviting us over.
Well, Rabbi,
Yes.
you were already here earlier.
Are you kidding? I haven't seen you today, I haven't seen you yesterday, I haven't seen you since last week, and I'm starving for latkes.
You were here earlier and you ate every single one in the whole house.
Haven't had a bite.
Well, just then one of the other guests came over and said, goodness, I'm noticing there's tracks coming through the kitchen.
Is that mud? That's paw prints. Paw prints right here in your house?
And one of them said, it looks like a bear's print. And Bubba said, oh, well, that would explain several things.
Yes, a bear.
Okay, a bear. Well, I guess we have to say, all's well that ends well. Could have been not so good, but I'm sorry, he ate all of the latkes.
But luckily she had plenty of potatoes left over, and all these friends and family about. Heavy work is made light by many hands, yes.
And so they all worked together, and she worked, and she fried up some more beautiful potato latkes.
The finest latkes anyone has ever tasted.
And they all ate and ate, but none of them ate as many as the bear ate. And from that day on, every year on the first night of Hanukkah, they all remembered when Bubba Brenna had quite an interesting Hanukkah guest. And that is from the story written by Eric Gilman. So thank you to our bear.